What's up, everybody? It's your favorite Legends Combiner's favorite nerd, and today we are looking at the War Giant from Iron Factory, which is their take on Bruticus. All of these have been on loan to me from Robert D, and he sent them all back to me to do the combine mode. Because these don't belong to me, I don't feel like putting additional strain on the figures, going transformation to transformation, you know, again, just for the sake of doing it. If you want to see how they work and how they get into combine mode, I have all the other videos on my channel, feel free to look. But for today, we're going to start off in this mode, we're going to combine, we're going to move on. So let's get started. We'll start with the legs, and then we'll do the arms. So this slides in Combiner War style, and it actually pegs in to the back, creating a pretty secure connection. And then the same thing happens over here, except you slide in this way and then you hide the connection point so that stays really secure. And then for the arms, you're attaching here and here. When I went to do these originally, I was like, man, I wonder if these are gonna peg in here and here, but it's here and here. And then for Vortex, it's here and here. And I'll get them really secure and we'll take a look at them. All right, I think I have this figured out. These are the pieces that you need. You can start with this one here and plug in this little one into the bottom of it. This plugs in to this. This is Blastoff's gun. And then this you want at the bottom of this piece. Now this is a little loose, but then you have these two pieces that will secure it. This tabs into here and then also into this purple one here. And then you can do the same for the other one. It'll tab in here and there, and I'll get it cleaned up at the end. And then you take these, and these tab into the side with the one with the purple accents as well. And then this one goes in at the top right there. And that's basically it. So let's talk about articulation. We've already talked about all the accents on all of the individual pieces as we've reviewed them. So the head, I say that I'm not crazy about this connection. It's fine, but it feels like, yeah, it's on a ball peg, but it's very tight. So articulation is good up, and I got this back flap untabbed. Good down, which is nice, and then you get the swivel, so that's fine. His left arm, you get the swivel all the way up and back. I wonder, all right, you get it all the way around, so that's good. And then you can get it pretty much all the way out to the side, so that's fine. I feel like it does start to come undone a taste, that connection there. You get a ratcheted elbow just shy of 90 degrees. Actually, let me correct that real quick. It's a double jointed elbow because this flap actually separates from the rest of the pelvis, so that's on both sides as well, in case you needed proof.
And yes, it took me a few extra minutes to shoot that footage to correct myself, but you know, I do that now so that I don't have to waste all the time responding to comments about it later, and I can paint more doll chairs. I mean action figure chairs.
Bicep swivel, yes, yes, and then you get a forearm swivel as well, and then a wrist swivel. All the fingers are individually articulated. Ball peg into the base of the thumb, and then a single hinge, and then ball pegs for all of the base joints of all the other thumbs, and then one additional hinge, right? Yes, and that works fine, especially for this scale. Waist swivel, no problems there. This arm, you get up to about there, and then the swivel, so that's cool. Bicep swivel, elbow, get you just shy of 90 degrees. Hand is exactly the same. As for the hips, Yeah, see, that's one thing I'm not crazy about. Universal joint, soft ratchet, gets you all the way out to the side. And forward to about there. So that's not the best, and you get back a fair bit. Thigh swivel. Knee goes to 90 degrees on this leg. On this leg, also 90 degrees. So no issues there. That works like a champ. No ankle tilt, but you do get an extreme rocker. So that works well as well. Let's see if we can't get this back on. And then there he is from the back. So pretty clean. Size comparison wise, there he is with the Warbitron Build-A-Figure kind of thing, the Shockwave, and then a Hasbro Legend and an Iron Factory Legend. So size, I think he's great. Final thoughts wise, my main issue here is kind of the Iron Factory issue. It's the tolerance situation. This one kind of compounds that issue because as you have tight tolerances and you go to manipulate those tight tolerances, it ends up pulling apart the entire transformation of certain aspects, especially within Onslaught. That will become extremely frustrating as you're going through to kind of mess with them or put them in poses or whatever. Now, once you get them in that pose and you go back to sort out the tabs that have come untabbed, you'll be fine. But that is the main issue here. This set is really good, but I also have to mention there's a lot of stress marks throughout. I saw a significant one on Blastoff's waist swivel here. I'll try to get you in there. Right there. That's scary. That's critical failure right there, should that happen to go. So, once again, it's the same issues that plague Iron Factory all the time. They're just compounded a bit because of the combiner aspect, but that is mainly joint tolerances. Also, one other negative before I get to the positives is that connection from Vortex to Onslaught could have been a bit better. Outside of that, it's pretty much perfect. Now, I know that sounds crazy because the problems are significant problems, but it has to be noted that everything else works extremely well. It's solid. It has an action figure element that's second to none. It performs exactly like a single figure purchase. I mean, look at that pose. You know, like there's not a lot of combiners that you can get in that pose. Now I understand it's a Legends class figure, so it should be easier to do so. But if we look at like the DX9 Hulky, the Hulky's not pulling this off. This thing is pretty impressive. All the articulation works really well. All of the connections between the combiner pieces work extremely well with the exception of Vortex. The color breakup and palette all seems cohesive. The team members all seem cohesive. The playability is second to none. The joints hold up extremely well under the weight of the combine mode. The articulation is surprisingly impressive for a combiner, especially a legend scale combiner, and the presence is second to none. So it's a strong recommend from me. I don't have anything really significant enough about it negatively to tell you not to buy this. If you love Bruticus, if you love the War for Cybertron, Fall of Cybertron aesthetic, or the Cybertronian IDW aesthetic, or anything that kind of is a super stylized version of the G1 classics, I strongly recommend this. It works really well. Just be very careful with those tolerances. That is Iron Factory's Achilles heel. That is their kryptonite. If they can figure out how to get that under control, they're going to be unstoppable. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Until next time, take care.